What's going on, Washington Commander Nation? It's your boy Rio with the latest and greatest from the Rambling with Rio YouTube channel. Today is Wednesday, April 27th, and we are one more sleep, just about a day away from the NFL draft and our Commanders being on the clock at pick 11. And I got something special for y'all that I've been working on. I'm checking the pulse, and I've brought in help. I've summoned the opinion and predictions of all of our Washington Commanders content creators, friends of mine, a couple friends in the media, and a bunch of die-hard fans. Lots of familiar faces, people you see in the comments, in the chat, and I wanted to know what everybody thinks the team is going to do at pick 11. So I'm not gonna be long right now. I'm gonna let my guys get to it, guys and gals, and see what they have to say. Now I'll be chiming in at the end of the show to put a bow on this shit and give my pick and tell you who the Washington Commanders will be selecting at pick 11. So with the 11th pick in the NFL draft, play the music.
The 11th pick, Washington select.
Who else could it be but me, your man Louis T? And with the 11th pick, the Washington Commanders will select. So here's the thing. If Kyle Hamilton, safety out of Notre Dame, is available, we've talked Buffalo nickel, and there are some people that can't stand the phrase Buffalo nickel because they've heard it so much during its process. However, if he is available, I think Ron Rivera might pull the trigger. I've talked about his disdain for the safety position in terms of spending high draft capital on that particular position. That's not something he's done in the past. However, I think they view him as more than just a safety. They think he could be a chess piece, a guy you can move around defensively. And so if he's available, I think they will take a long, hard look at Kyle Hamilton and eventually pull the trigger. However, I don't think he's going to be available. And so I think when it's all said and done, with the 11th pick in the 2022 NFL draft, the Washington Commanders will select Chris Olave, wide receiver, Ohio State.
What's up, everybody? It's Sanchez 405 from On the Warpath, coming at you here with my prediction for what the Commanders are going to do at number 11 in the NFL draft here on Rambling with Rio. Shout out to our guy. And, you know, I sat here and I thought about it. I said, what in the world could the Burgundy and Gold do? And I started thinking, you got a new quarterback. It's time to help make that kitty purr even a little bit better. So, of course, we're going to give him a new tool. We go up to the Buckeye State, and we go out and we find the big play potential, as Doc Walker would like to say it, with the 11th pick. The Washington Commanders select. That's right, Garrett Wilson, number 5. Number 5 who scores 6. So if you do math, if you're a mathematical type person, 5 plus 6 is 11. And then what makes it even better, the man's name is on the football. We can call him the Duke. Bump the Giants fans in Wellington, man. We're going to start calling Garrett Wilson the Duke. And you know why? Because over his last 3 games last year, he had 7 touchdowns, 6 through the air. He had a 51-yarder on the ground as well. Big play potential. This is what we need. This is what we're going to get. Stop playing around and just go out there and do it. Give Carson Wentz the weapons that he deserves. And I think we'll see a much improved offense in 2022 with the Burgundy and Gold. But till the next time, y'all, hey, let's all say it together for home improvement. Wilson! And this one ain't hiding behind that fence. Love, peace, and hell. I'm out.
Okay, who do I think the Washington Commanders are going to pick in the first round of the NFL draft? I want a receiver. I do not want to see Ron Rivera and company go after a man on the defensive side of the ball. I want a receiver. I want either Drake London from USC, love Drake London, or Chris Olave from Ohio State. And I'm going to lean towards Chris Olave. That's my pick. That's who I think they should go for. They have momentum with that 11th pick. Ron Rivera, pick Chris Olave. That's my pick. Done.
What's good, Commanders fans? It's the real Ed Oliver, not the one from the Bills. Shout out to my guy Rio for having me on the show, man. I got the Commanders at pick 11. picking, it sounds like Drake London's the pick, man. We're hearing from all the sources that he's number one on the board by far. That's the guy they like. If we're up to me, it would be Garrett Wilson if he's available. Maybe Olave. But it sounds like they're going to take Drake London. You know, he looks like a tight end out there, but I'm going to be optimistic. Carson Wentz, you know, him and big receivers, they're usually a good mix. So, you know, it is what it is. We'll see. So that's my pick. Pick 47. We'll see. It could be a running back. Could be Kenny Walker. Could be Breece Hall, one of those guys. We'll see. But that's what I'm looking for in the first and second round. Offense. Get weapons for Wentz, man. Surround him with weapons. I don't want to hear any excuses for Carson Wentz. I want him to be successful. Like Ron said, get him playmakers and get him off his line. All right, y'all. Hail to the Commanders. Peace.
So, with the 11th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Washington Commanders will select. What is up, guys? It's your boy Jalen over here from Bleeding B&G. So you guys want to know what we're going to do with the 11th pick in this coming draft? So, I think that we're going to select DB Kyle Hamilton out of the University of Notre Dame. I think Ron finally gets his Buffalo nickel that he's been looking for his 3 years here. I think, you know, Ron and Jack, I think they get a position that they think is essential for their defense. I think this is one of the reasons why we haven't, you know, looked to re-sign a guy like Landon Collins back. And I think that, you know, this is, you know, a perfect chess piece for the defense. I think we're looking for, you know, the defense to be the strength that it was looking to be in 2021, and we're just going to be piling it on with, you know, a generational type 6'4" behemoth of a man over there at the safety position. This is a guy that can do a lot. He can line up at both safety positions. He can line up in the box. And, you know, with a lot of the reports lining up saying that, you know, the Buffalo nickel is more essential to like a middle linebacker per se, you know, reports coming out of the local media and things like that. I think that this reports lines up with the pick. So with the 11th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Washington Commanders select DB Kyle Hamilton from the University of Notre Dame. Peace.
All right, what's happening, y'all? It's your boy Rico from Street Scores. Got the Sean Taylor thing on and everything. You dig? Shouts out to my boy Commander Rio. Big dog. Salute over there to my guy. And with the 11th overall pick, first of all, I prefer to trade back if we could to get more picks. You know, that was, I think it's the 29th and 30th pick from the Kansas City Chiefs, so we can trade back, get those, and maybe get like some thirds out of it too. I'd love to do that. But if we're not trading back, pick 11, it's got to be Kyle Hamilton, man. Even if you got to trade up a couple of picks, if he's sliding to go get him, you go get him. We missed out on Michael Parsons. I really wanted us to trade up and go get him. Don't miss out on another star potential player. He's a scheme eraser, man. Kyle Hamilton, depending on what the opposing offense is trying to do, he's literally your best weapon of stopping it. If it means he's playing in a slot this game, if it means he's playing free safety this game, strong safety, linebacker, I think primarily he would just take over what Landon Collins was doing for us. And I think him and Cameron Crowe will be a crazy tandem, bro. Unstoppable, bro. I'm telling you, if there's injury anywhere, guess what? Kyle Hamilton can fill in. So, hey, man, that's my 11th overall pick. Like I said, if we got to trade up to get him, go get him. Go get that man, turn him into a star. And, hey, man, salute. Shouts out my boy Rio again, man.
This is Tate and Todd from the Tate and Todd podcast. And with the 11th pick, the Washington Commanders select
Chris Olave, number 2, wide out from Ohio State. Reason behind this is me and Todd believe that Garrett Wilson will be off the board. And we see the crush that Ron Rivera has for Chris Olave, the visits and the bond that he has with Terry McLaurin. I think it's a obvious pick and helps the offense tremendously and on our way to a top 5 offense.
Yep.
Willing.
Get the best route runner in the draft who can help you from day one. I'm all for it. I think Olave will be the pick, Tay, and I will be excited about it when it happens. Tay and Todd.
Offense.
Yep. Out.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's Pedro here. You guys can go ahead and check out my YouTube channel, Pedro Schmidt on YouTube. So with the 11th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Washington Commanders will select safety Kyle Hamilton out of Notre Dame. I think he could do a lot of different things for this defense. Could play free safety if we really needed him to. Could also play in the box. Could play linebacker. Can do so many things for this defense that I really think could take our defense to another level. If he's there, I think we'll take him. But some other possibilities, I mean, I think Garrett Wilson would be another great pick. don't think he's going to be there, so it really could be between Drake London and Chris Olave. But if we draft any of those guys that I just listed, I'll be happy because we add another offensive playmaker. Peace, guys.
Yo, what's up, Rio? It's your boy Juan Gotti here. So you asked, who do I think we're going to draft at 11? I believe we're going to draft Garrett Wilson. Here's why. I believe that everybody wants Chris Olave. I think everyone believes we're going to draft Chris Olave. That a team ahead of us, like Jets or somebody, is going to take him. So then that's going to prompt us to want to draft the other Ohio State receiver in Garrett Wilson. So that's who I think the pick at 11 will be. I would love Chris Olave, but I just feel like it's too good to be true.
What's up, everybody? I'm Josh Taylor from Taking Command with Josh Taylor. As always, give the page a follow. Give me a follow on Twitter at Josh Taylor FB. But with the 11th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, I'm excited to announce our Washington Commanders. That's right. Had to put on a new hat. Don't have the draft hat, but this is going to do. Our Washington Commanders will not be taking an offensive line. It will not be a linebacker. It will not be Sauce Gardner or Derek Stingley or Kyle Hamilton unless he falls. Our Washington Commanders at 11 are in fact taking a wide receiver. And it's not Garrett Wilson. It's not Chris Olave. It is out of Southern California, Drake London. Big body Drake. Remember, I used to be Dusty. I like this pick with Drake London because he's going to play in the slot. He's going to play on the outside. He's going to be going in motion. Drake London can play all over the place. He breaks tackles. He's not the fastest wide receiver who has the, release packages that you want, the flashy. But Drake London can get open. He can body guys. He can be physical. He can get separation and win after the catch. Drake London can dominate defenses in the NFL. He's not Jordan Reed. He's not a tight end. Just throw all that out the window. Drake London is a top wide receiver in this draft, and he is going to show everybody why he deserved to be picked at 11 by our Washington Commanders. I can't wait for this. It's draft time. Let's go. Hashtag take command. Follow the page. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Taylor FB. And let's go, Commanders.
Ref the district, and the Washington Commanders will select with the 11th overall pick in the NFL draft.
Anybody a receiver, I don't care who it is, just please God a receiver, not a defensive player.
There's a lot of hope and prayer there. By the way, I
hear what you guys said.
We took defensive players, Nakobe Dean and Kyle Hamilton. I think Kyle Hamilton's going to drop, and I think they're going to take him. Nakobe Dean, really back-to-back linebackers, my man?
I think they're going to shock the world and take Nakobe Dean because, yeah, it's who we are.
And Stoner doesn't care unless it's an offensive player.
First of all, it's not going to be Kyle Hamilton's not going to be there, so thank goodness we don't have to deal with that. Nakobe Dean, no, we're not drafting linebackers first round. So 2 years in a row, I say a receiver who's ever there between the guys that we all talk about: Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Drake London, whoever it is. I prefer Olave, but I don't care. Draft a receiver, please.
All right, you heard it from our man, the Stoner. Thanks, Rio, for the opportunity, and have a great day. And until next time, be a fan.
Welcome to the corner. It's the corner for Rio Rambling. Rio, listen to me. Check this out. I believe my prediction for the 2022 NFL Draft that the Washington Commanders will select Kyle Hamilton. Kyle Hamilton with the 11th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft. Kyle Hamilton will be a Washington Commander. Why? Because he's the best pick on the board at that particular pick. And we need somebody to pair with my boy Cam Curl. Deuces. Kyle.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Protect Sports back with another one, man. And shout out to Rambling Rio, man. My guy Rio, go subscribe to the Rambling Rio YouTube channel. That's my dog. Hey, he asked me and asked all of our Washington football YouTubers, all of our Washington Commanders YouTubers, What is the prediction at number 11 for our Washington Commanders? I do have us taking wide receiver. It's not the Ohio State receiver you thinking. It's not Chris Olave, Mr. Chris Smooth. It's Odell Beckham 2.0, man. It's my boy Garrett Wilson. I feel we're going to say Garrett Wilson at 11 for our Washington Commanders, man. Subscribe my man Rio. I take it easy, man. Peace, love, and blessings. Y'all be easy, bro. Hey, post up. Take.
What's up, guys, and thank you, Rio, for having me on for a little prediction here. The Washington Commanders will take none other than Ohio State wide receiver Garrett Wilson. Hands like Odell Beckham Jr., breaking tackles, great speed, perfect complement for his other two Ohio State teammates now, Curtis Samuel and Terry McLaurin. You heard it here. Thanks, Rio, again. And until next time,
What's good, everyone? It's your boy Nazi here, 1/4 of DMV Sports Zone. Appreciate you, Rio, for allowing me to take part in this. My prediction for the Washington Commanders, a team I grew up with, a team a lot of you guys grew up with. Got my Washington football team hat here, Washington Redskins hat, and of course the Commanders hat. OG Terry McLaurin rookie jersey here. My prediction is Kyle Hamilton, safety from Notre Dame. Everybody worries about the 4.59 40-yard time. Tyrann Mathieu ran a 4.51. Sean Taylor, the legendary Sean Taylor, ran a 4.51. Kyle Hamilton might not have the straight line speed, but he has great playing speed. He's very rangy, very good instincts, high character guy. Everything that Ron Rivera, everything that an NFL team should want out of a starting safety. And I think he would be the missing piece, the true missing piece on this defense.
What's going on, y'all? This is Coach Mo, Henny Mo, Hen Dog Mo, all that good stuff. Your host of the Chop It Down podcast. And I'm checking in with the good man, Rio. And we're doing some predictions for the Washington Commanders at pick 11. So, my prediction for the 2022 NFL Draft for the Washington Commanders at pick 11, we are going to the west side. We are going to USC. We are going receiver. We are taking Drake London at pick 11. I know some of you all hate it, but guess what? Some of us love it. And I love it. The Commanders love it. And y'all going to be surprised with the work that he put in, man. That's all I got to say. Do your homework on your boy. Make sure that you understand what Drake London is, because he's a dog. And we need.
Yo, it's Paul Williams from the 50 Gut Podcast, and I think the Commanders are taking Drake London at pick 11 on Thursday night for a few reasons, really. I think that Garrett Wilson, their top choice, is going top 10, so unless you trade up, you're not getting him. Number two, stylistically, I can see why Drake London would be a good complement to what we plan to have here in 2022 if Curtis Samuel, knock on wood, stays healthy and becomes that frenetic motion guy that Scott Turner loves so much, and Diami Brown turns into that vertical threat that we need, and 17 remains a dog alpha number one, then Drake London in year one can just slide right in as the big body, tough catch guy that wins with size and strength and body control. And number three, and most importantly, I think that Carson Wentz benefits from a guy like Drake London being on the roster. Everywhere he's had success, there's been a big body receiver with him, whether it's Alshon Jeffrey or it's Michael Pittman, both who have similar size, strength, and RAS scores to Drake London. Last year, God mode, 88 catches, 1,100 yards, 6 touchdowns for Michael Pittman. No receiver in Philly had more targets, catches, or touchdowns than Alshon Jeffrey when he was with Carson Wentz in Philly, including Super Bowl run. Let's not forget that it's not about the skill set of the wide receiver per se, but more about the comfort level of the quarterback. And it's very clear that Carson Wentz is comfortable with big body wide receivers.
Washington has the 11th pick overall in the draft. My gut feeling has them drafting Kyle Hamilton out of Notre Dame, safety. I like Jameson Williams, though. I think he's probably the best player that they can get, but I'm going to go with Kyle Hamilton. Deuces.
All right, folks, the time is here. The time is here. Our Washington Commanders is on the clock. Let's get it. And with the 11th pick of the 2022 draft, the Washington Commanders select Kyle Hamilton, safety out of Notre Dame. Let's go. Woo!
With the number 11 pick, the Washington Commanders select Chris Olave out of the Ohio State University. The reason for this pick is because it's time to do something special with the offense to create a dynamic room that most defenses in the NFL cannot compete with. That being Terry McLaurin, Curtis Samuel, De'Ami Brown, and adding Chris Olave. You will also add depth to your wide receiver core. You can do things like bring in Curtis Samuel, put him in the backfield. So now you have 3 wide receivers on the field. Actually, you'll have 4 because then you still have a tight end. Most defenses will not be able to handle that, won't know what's going on. That's the reason for that. I believe Chris Olave is the pick at number 11.
All right, what up, Rio? This is Big Doug. You asked us to send in our thoughts for number 11. So I think Charles Cross would be the pick if he's there. I don't think he'll be there. I think Stingley Jr. will be the pick if he's there. I don't think he'll be there. Eventually, I think it will be Kyle Hamilton, the pick at 11. The move safety that they can use as chess piece all over the field and that big Buffalo nickel that they love so much. So there you go. I don't think it'll be a receiver. Check receiver at 47. But defense, again, for number 11.
What's up, y'all? It is LE from the WFT Declassified Podcast. I got my Commander's Letterman jacket on. That means that big things are going down. Shout out to Rio. Check it out. So for the 11th pick in the NFL draft, I believe the Washington Commanders are going to select Andrew Booth Jr., a DB out of Clemson. A lot of you folks listening, like, what? We're going wide receiver. No, we're not. Go back and watch the games from last year. De'Ami was always open, didn't have a quarterback and get it to him. Terry's Terry. You know he's a baller. Curtis Samuel wasn't healthy, but when he is also a baller. Why are they going to waste the 11th overall pick on another addition to the wide receiver room? It's not going to happen. I wanted to go linebacker. I don't think the value is there. They're going to go to a future all-pro corner. Andrew Booth Jr. out of Clemson. You heard it here first. Write it down, etch it in stone. It's going to happen. Peace.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Hawk from Chris. I'm on here with Rambling with Rio. My prediction for the draft, that I think we trade back and we get a safety. That's my pick. And in the end, it doesn't matter to me as long as we win games.
Corsons will go in that first round, and I love the fit. This team needs to add more playmakers. They do not have enough, and Olave will give them exactly that.
All right, with the 11th overall pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Washington Commanders are going to select Kyle Hamilton, safety out of Notre Dame, Jack Del Rio, Ron Rivera. They covet that Buffalo nickel. No more Landon Collins. Here comes Kyle Hamilton. Del Rio and Rivera, they want a big, hard-hitting, intelligent presence in that position. And I really think that describes Kyle Hamilton. Impact player at Notre Dame. Let's see if he's an impact player in Washington. He goes at number 11 to the Commander.
What's up, Rio? It's your boy Zach, a.k.a. Burgundy Bones on Twitter. There's a lot of uncertainty with how this board is going to fall out to us by the time it gets to 11. I don't think that Kyle Hamilton is going to be there for us. Given that, I think it's a coin flip between Drake London and Garrett Wilson, and my gut is telling me Drake London. So, Drake London to the Commanders at pick 11. Take command.
What's good, Washington Commanders Nation? It's Scott Hartley here, representing the UK Washington Commanders, doing a mock draft pick at 11. And with my pick, I'm picking Chris Olave, wide receiver, Ohio State. I think we've got a big, rangy, contested catch merchant who can run all of the route tree. It's basically a 1A and a 1B between Terry and Chris Olave. A great pick at 11. Ideally, he's going to be one of the first wide receivers off the board, especially with visiting Ashburn. Chris Olave is the pick. Thanks for having me on, Rio. Really appreciate it. Keep doing your thing. Like and subscribe to Rio. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.
What's good, everybody? This is your guy, Manny, from Talking Sports with Manny. And with the number 11 pick, the Washington Commanders select wide receiver, Ohio State, Garrett Wilson. This is a great pick because Garrett Wilson brings such an impact to this potential offense with Terry McLaurin on the other side. So I am excited to announce that the Washington Commanders select Garrett Wilson. Let's get it. Washington Commanders Nation, HTTC. Let's get it.
So, with the 11th pick, Commanders gonna select Chris Olave.
All right, my prediction for the 11th pick is Chris Olave, Ohio State. Same player as Terry, and you can't beat it. Route technician, separation is key in his game. And on top of that, he runs a 4.39. I don't know what else to say. That's a dog, and we need more of him.
What's going on, Rio? What's going on, Commander Nation? It's Commander Smitty checking in. With the 11th pick, we need to get somebody that's going to help out Carson Wentz, put him in the best position to win. So, in my opinion, we need to go with either of the young men out of Ohio State, either whether it be Olave or Wilson. They got the speed, they got the playmaker ability, they can separate. They're going to be able to help him succeed at the next level. They need to sprint to the podium to make that pick. Commander Smitty out.
Hey, what's up? My name is Veronica. Shout out to Rambling with Rio. I think that for the 11th pick, the Commanders should draft wide receiver Chris Olave out of Ohio State.
In the NFL draft, Washington Commanders will select Chris Olave, receiver out of Ohio State. Let's go, Commanders.
Commanders Nations, what's up? I'm on the clock right now. About to get y'all prediction of us being on the clock. Hopefully we not too long. So we already know. I think majority of the fan base know what we need in this draft, especially in them first 2 rounds. Make that pick matter, especially the value at number 11. So number 11, you know, I feel safe to say it's going to be Chris Olave. And I'm cool with that because we need to get that pressure off of Terry. Terry needs to have 110, 1,400-yard season. Yes, he is that good.
With pick number 11 in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Washington Commanders select cornerback LSU Derek Stingley. Versatile, fast, violent, fluid, can play inside or out. A guy who's going to take this defense to the next level.
Hi, this is Christian Burt, UK HTTC. Many thanks, Rio, for giving me the opportunity to speak about the 11th pick of the 2022 draft, which will be made, of course, by the Washington Commanders. I think Washington will probably go for a wide receiver, someone like Garrett Wilson or perhaps a Chris Olave, just giving Carson Wentz more weapons, really, in his first year as a quarterback in Washington. Alternatively, at number 11, someone might drop who they see as best player available. A kind of Cole Hamilton, maybe, if these guys go down someone's draft board. Anyway, UK HTTC, you can catch me at Christian Burt on Twitter.
Yo, what's going on? Rambling with Rio Robinson, my boy. First of all, so right now this is a video on who we're going to draft. So I think the one guy that I've been talking about for months, and it could be either or, is wide receiver out of Ohio State, Chris Olave. Chris Olave, to me, has the best route running in this draft. I think his as soon as he takes off, he has one of the best route running skills in this draft. His comparisons to me would be like kind of like a Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs' route running is elite. It's phenomenal. He plays so much like Stephon Diggs. And I'm not saying that we're getting a Stephon Diggs out of Chris Olave, but his ceiling is going to be a Stephon Diggs. And I think adding Chris Olave, it's going to really just give Carson Wentz the weapons that he needs. So, Rio, hope this makes the video. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
It's Greg here. I really think that Washington is probably going to go offense with that 11th pick. I really think they're going to go Olave. My pick, though, would be Treylon Burks. Only reason I say that is because he can be used at so many different positions. He's big. He'll be a threat. I saw somewhere where somebody said that we already have a Deebo Samuel and Terry. Terry's not that big. Having him running the ball and running sweeps and stuff like that could, get him hurt. I think we could use him better as a wide receiver, down the field threat, slants and stuff like that. But we bring in a Treylon Burks where you can put him in the slot, you can put him out wide, you can put him in the backfield, you can put him anywhere, and he's going to produce. Look at the film. That's all you got to do is look at the film. and it'll show you. But I really think they're going to go offense with that 11th pick, and I think they're going to go Olave. But like I said, my pick would be Traylon Burks.
With the 11th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Washington Commanders select Chris Olave, wide receiver, Ohio State.
What's up, y'all? It's George Carmi from Full Press NFL, and I'm here to announce the 11th overall selection in the 2022 NFL Draft. The Washington Commanders select wide receiver Drake London, USC. I believe that there's going to be 2 quarterbacks selected in the top 10 picks. Eventually, the best wide receiver is going to fall down the draft, and sitting at number 11, Drake London will be too much to pass up for Ron Rivera. I believe he's going into this draft finding the best player available at a position of need, and I feel like Drake London marries the two between those options. He provides a big body complement to Terry McLaurin. He allows Curtis Samuel to bump into the slot, and I believe he just provides a different element to Washington's offense that they'll all be intrigued with. He should be a good pick. Carson Wentz will definitely feed him a lot, and I think it's going to be a good overall selection. Enjoy your evening, everybody. Take care. Have a good night. Peace out.
Rambling Rio, this G from the shop, man. At that number 11 pick, I want to see that Washington Burgundy and Gold get Derek Stingley Jr., man. Shawty Booby Miles out there on the field. Ball skills, true cover corner. Shout out Fred Smoot. You know what I'm saying? He ran punts back in college. Checked Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson daily in practice. Man, Shawty's the business, man. He shut that combine down the other day, so I doubt he dropped to us, man. But fingers crossed we get Derek Stingley Jr. If not, N'Kobe Dean's out of that linebacker out of Georgia. Yeah, he the truth. And if we got Malik Willis sitting there at number 11, don't be scared of life, man. Take that fly.
Rio, it's Marshall. All right, here we go. We're 5 days away. Feels like it's taking forever. But I think the pick is going to be Drake London, and I'll tell you why. There's enough smoke from the local beat saying that he's number 1 on their draft board in terms of wide receivers, and I'm starting to believe it. And I think there's just enough of a chance that he falls out of the top 10 that I think he's going to be the pick. Ultimately, I still think Kyle Hamilton goes top 10. I think they're going to like what he brings opposite 17, that large catch radius, somebody that can be targeted a lot over the middle, the big slot, move him around a little bit, take advantage of that yak ability, which the offense doesn't have a lot of. So I think the pick's going to be Drake London.
Hey, what's up, Washington Commander fans? It's your boy, Keith. I'm probably not your boy, but if I am, that's cool. And if I'm not, that's cool too. Anyways, I decided to do a quick little video to help my boy Rio out with his little YouTube channel. But anyways, Rio would like us to predict what we think the Washington Commanders are going to do at pick number 11 in this year's draft. So with that being said, I predict in this year's 2022 draft, the Washington Commanders select, I don't care. Just pick a football player that can help this team win. That's all I want to do is win. You know why? Because the male life expectancy is like 53 or something. I Googled that. It was like 5 years ago. But I Googled that. And you know what? I'm 43 years old. I'm about to turn 44. Like, I got like 10 years left in me. So can we win? Like, that's all I ask for at this point. Just win. Other than that, wish everyone else the best of luck. I hope you all get what you want. In the meantime, let me go ahead and take off this sweet jacket because it's really itchy.
What's up, Commander Nation? Commander Newt here. With the 11th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Commanders are going to select Chris Olave, the Ohio State prodigy, to go along with Scary Terry.
Hey, what's up, Washington family? Draft season, baby. My favorite time of year. So I think the pick is going to be Kyle Hamilton if he's available. He's a definition of a Ron Rivera guy in a huge area of need. Not to mention that he'd be the best player available. I don't expect him to be there, though. And so I think they are going to stick with Chris Olave. I know the positional value isn't that great, but the same was true of Jamin Davis. And when leaks were coming out last year that Davis was high on Rivera's board, Sure enough, they went with him. So I think Rivera's the type that he doesn't want to let his guy get away by being too cute. And Olave, he's basically spelled out how much he loves Olave. I think that's going to end up being the pick if Hamilton isn't there.
Man, this is your boy Jay Terry, man. Pick number 11, man. We're going Chris Olave, man. Chris Olave.
Hello, this is Young King 95 from the Young King 95 podcast, and you can follow me on all my social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Young2_King95. Again, on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Young2_King95. And with the 11th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, I believe that the Washington Commanders should select safety Kyle Hamilton out of Notre Dame University. Take command.
I'm going to put a bow on it. With the 11th pick, the Washington Commanders will select Drake London. Oh, I think they would select him. He won't be there. Nah, but they're going to select Garrett Wilson if he was there, but he's also not there. Kyle Hamilton, he went in the top 10 as well. So 2 receivers and the Buffalo nickel safety that we wanted weren't there. So I'm going to stick with it. I could be very wrong. And if so, cool. I'm not an expert. I'm just a fan with a lot to say. I'm sticking with my gut. All along, I've thought Chris Olave was going to be the pick at 11 for Washington. Silky smooth. I call him the Maserati. CO2. He'll probably be CO1 when he gets to DC because number 2 is currently occupied by De'Ami Brown. But the pick for the Washington Commanders is going to be Chris Olave, the mentoree of Terry McLaurin. We're going to have an Ohio State wide receiving core, and I have no complaints with that pick. He's a Ron guy. Ron and Martin and Drew Curl and everybody, and Drew Terrell, all of those guys, they look like they were absolutely enamored and in love with this guy at his pro day. I don't think Wilson and London are going to be on the board when we pick. Neither do I think Kyle Hamilton is. We're going offense with the pick. Chris Olave, Washington, pick 11, or in a trade back. Book it. Until next time. Next time I see y'all, it'll be time. I'll be live streaming, and it'll be NFL draft time. I'll see y'all soon. I'll see y'all on the other side, and I hope y'all enjoyed this. And thank you to everybody who sent me a prediction for this special. We're going to do this every year going forward, and I love to get the opinion and pick the brain of all of my fellow content creators, fans, media people, everybody, man. It's all love. It's all family. Take command. Salute. Deuces.